all, thanks everyone for coming, and thank you, NAB. So I have a long history with NAB. I used to be a board member for NAB. I like NAB so much I go to their events more than their own board member, to be honest. So I was in Seattle for about 2 years because I worked in Singapore for about 2 years. But before that, I used to be a board member for NAB, and I was a student relations chair. I started a student chapter for NAB. I actually don't know what happened to it afterwards. But anyway, so once I came back, after traveling so much, I just want to do a job in traveling. And to be honest, if you're doing a job that you like to do, and not only that, you can control what you do, that's like the dream for everyone, right? First of all, a lot of people hate their job, okay? And then if you end up liking your job and you can control how you do it, that should be like everyone's goal, is to be happy doing the job and control how you do it. So this presentation is going to last about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not going to talk for too much because I'm hungry myself. I haven't drank anything, ate anything for the last 5 hours, so which is pretty common for me for the last 2 months. But anyway, let's get started. So the name of the company used to be Liftboat, so by June I'm going to change it to iBoat because the goal is that you can put any word in between I and boat. So it should not be living boldly, it should be like you do anything boldly. You can eat boldly, you can drive boldly, just don't crash. But anyway, so moving on. This is the agenda, it's going to last about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so the company is called iLiftBoat, so do not get confused. So a lot of people will come up to me and say, do you have 3 companies? No, we don't. We have 1 company and then we have 2 divisions, which is iTravelBoat and PlanBoat. iTravelBoat is in charge of helping people find travel buddies, and PlanBoat is helping you plan the trips. So moving on. So yeah, just keep going. Stop, go back. So iTravelBoat does 2 things, okay? The first thing is to help you find travel buddy if you cannot find someone to go with, and I will explain to you how we do that. Next thing is that we're building an app. It's for you to meet friends when you travel. So imagine you going to Sydney and you want to meet someone there, and we can help you match up with a friend. So not a friend, like someone who volunteers to help you out as a local person, or some other travelers. It's kind of like you going to a hostel and meeting other travelers, except you don't have to stay in a hostel, because who wants to stay in a hostel? And then in iPlanBoat, okay, why we separate the 2 divisions? Because iPlanBoat is not only for traveling. iPlanBoat is only for planning different things locally, such as I can help you plan a date, if you trust me, and then I can help you plan parties. But what we do is that we build a tailored guidebook for you, in which you tell us where you want to go, how you want to do it, and when you're going. So imagine if you're going to New York City and you want to have a really relaxing trip. We help you plan an itinerary specifically based on your personality. So imagine if you just want to go to spas all day long, we recommend the best spas for you to go all day long. I mean, yeah, so we also help you book flights and hotels based on your budget. And the one thing we do is that we make sure that you get the cheapest price for the flight by using the strategy that we use in the company. I'm not going to tell you guys what strategy I use, but yeah, so if you want to save money by booking, you can call us. Can you just close that Skype thing? Yeah, thanks. So moving on. Keep going. Okay, so yes, later. So iTravelBoat is, we have a slogan, it's called let's travel boldly together. It used to be something different, but I want to focus on the together because we want everyone in the world to travel together. Next thing. Okay, this is how we will do it. Okay, the travel buddy part. Okay, the first thing is that you tell us where you want to go, and when you expect to travel, and then you tell us your preference for a travel buddy. It's kind of like a headhunting firm in which you tell us what kind of a job you want, and we will match you up with a job. Instead of doing that, we do it with a travel buddy. The next thing is that we help you find a travel buddy based on the database, which is we're building this database. And then next thing, you meet your travel buddy, and if you don't like your travel buddy, we help you find someone else until you find someone. Or you can just give up. And I'm not telling you to give up, but anyway, so we repeat the steps until you find someone compatible that to go with. And you meet that person before you go with, and also we do a background check on everyone. So you're not going with someone who just went to jail or someone in jail. I don't know how he came out. And then, so next. So we help you find travel buddy through a database. So we meet everyone before we introduce you to. So we don't recommend you to someone from the streets or someone randomly just like we meet in a bar. We don't do that. And then, so the other thing we do is that we're building an app to help you meet local friends or other travelers when you travel. So imagine like an online dating app, but it's not for dating. It's an app for you to meet people when you travel. So, so let's say you go to Boston, and then you want to meet someone there. You have the option to choose either to meet a local person there or some other travelers. You have the option to choose either. You can also volunteer as a local person to help other travelers when they visit Seattle. But only if you want to, obviously. But why not? It's a good world when we all work together. Next, the app is very straightforward. Okay, you tell us whether you want to be a local or a traveler. And then as a traveler, you can choose to meet someone local or another traveler, or both. And then you choose your preference for matches, kind of like how Coffee Meets Bagel does it. If anyone uses online dating, I do a lot of professional research in it. So moving on. And then, so if you are a traveler, you can state when and where you're traveling to, so you can match you up with another traveler who travel to the same location at the same time. And then we match you up with a number of choices, okay, based on 2, 3, and 4 steps. The number of choices we haven't decided yet, and then if you're local, we match you up with other travelers per day. The goal is that you cannot meet another local if you're a local person. Otherwise, we became an online dating app. But eventually, we may just end up doing that because we have no option. Okay. And then so hold it there. So iPlan Bold is something separate because we want to plan for not just traveling but also for other things. So if you look at the logo, it's supposed to be either a calendar or a notebook. It can be either one. Moving on. And then so we create a guidebook based on your preference. Again, it's very personal. You tell us what kind of places you want to go, and then we recommend places to you based on places that we have been to. So the key thing about this is that we do not recommend anywhere for you to go unless we have been there. How we will do it is based on, I'm not going to tell you that. But we recommend places to you only after we went there before. And we like it. Okay, wait, what happened? So again, so customers have to present their flight times if they're traveling. For dates and parties, they can tell us which day they're doing this, and we'll plan the whole date for them. It's not, for a date, I know a guy should plan out everything by themselves, but all guys do this, okay? They cannot plan, a lot of them. So let's just be honest. Next is that, again, everything's based on personal experience. Me or any employees of the company have to be at the place before they recommend it. So, and then everyone we hire is someone local. So only a local person from that location can recommend places from there. So imagine that I hire someone from Seattle, only that person can recommend places from Seattle. They cannot recommend places from Dubai or Mumbai to you, okay? And then, so next thing, again, so this is just very straightforward steps. You tell us where you're going and when, you tell us your preference and interests, and then we build a guidebook for you based on 2. And in the guidebook, it contains a list of recommended venues that we have been to, and then it contains 1 itinerary based on your travel times and the hotel you're staying at. And for dates, it's only based on the date that you tell us. Next. So these are just all the pages that we go. So a list of recommended places for you to go. That's the first page of the guidebook. And then next, just keep going. Just skip all this. Yeah, so go back. So the itinerary is very, again, it's very specialized and tailored for you. Next is that, yeah, so how are we different from Lonely Planet guidebooks is that it's personal, it's only for 1 trip. We charge a lower price than Lonely Planet guidebooks, but eventually, how many times are you going to go to 1 location where you have to buy 1 guidebook for it from Lonely Planet? Unless you just like, let's say, a place a lot, then you would want to buy a Lonely Planet guidebook, but you're not going to go to a place that you travel there for more than 10 times. Next. How are we different from Yelp? Again, we only recommend places after we have been to them. Next. We also help you book flights and things based on our own techniques to help you save money, and we guarantee that the money that you pay us, so whatever you save by paying us is going to be a lot more than that $20 that you pay us for us to book, and it's a $20 one-time fee. Next, so the goal of all of this is that we put everything together, and then you have nothing to worry about when you travel. So imagine that we give you a travel buddy, and then we give you a guide and we help you book. So we do everything for you before you travel, so you do not have to plan anything. Skip the price, keep going. It started 2 months ago on this date. I choose the number 8 for Chinese reason. And then the name, again, Bold is from courage. I like Bold because it's the shorter, it's easier to say. And I like the letter B because it looks like 8. Next, okay, green and blue is because of the Seahawks. I'm a big Seahawks fan. Honestly, I can pick any colors. Why won't I pick the Seahawks colors? And then next thing is that bold, we have a definition for it. It's that people should be spontaneous and take risk to do something that they want to do and they want to accomplish without killing other people. Okay, and then company beliefs is that we care about employees and everyone before the money. Concepts are universal, so anyone on earth can use our service as long as they have the money to travel. And we believe in making personal relationships in which we don't, just make Facebook friends anymore. And then again, same thing kind of is that we care about you making use of every second of your life, and then we want to change the world for the better, and I will tell you how we can do that. Missions is that we create travel opportunities, and the other thing about Travel Buddies is that we don't care about what you do after we match you up with someone. You can get married to that person. So we do create relationship opportunities, and anyone can travel by themselves boldly. And next is that we bring people of different colors together and we advertise for smaller merchants by putting their names on the guidebooks, because only local people know the smaller merchants. Next is that, again, the visions of the company is that people can travel no fear, and no more tour guides that bring you to gift shops and restaurants that you don't want to go, because they have some partnership with like the restaurant across the street. And then everyone can be happy in the world and no more worrying before you travel, and the world can be one big family. Next, let's skip all this. Let's keep going. Just talk. Oh, keep going. Oh, just stay here. So we want to have this company everywhere we go, and we're trying to expand it to all these places. And we have employees working all over the country as well as Singapore. We have an office in Singapore because I work there and I know Singapore really well. And I hire specifically IT people in Asia because they cost a lot less than US. This is life, that's how it is. Yes, keep going.
You don't have Seattle.
Go back. So these are the cities we want to expand to. So we already have Seattle. So Seattle is a place we already have, so we don't have to expand it to them. Yeah, keep going. So we do have a postcard contest in which you can choose one of these designs, and all you gotta do is just go on this link and pick one picture. And then the price for this is a coffee gift card from Starbucks worth $40. I mean, $40 of Starbucks, that's like 8 cups of coffee. So we are hiring summer interns, so if you know anyone in college, tell me if they're interested in business development in the traveling industry. Next, so stay on this slide. Stay on this slide. Yeah, so this is our contact information. And before I end this presentation, I just want to talk to you about those cards on the table. So that's a game that we're playing. So after you write down who you are, your name, your email address, and where you want to go next, in which you haven't found someone to go with, put that card in that big boulder, and then the game is supposed to be I match you up with someone afterwards, and then I'm going to email you and tell you someone else also want to go to the place that you want to go to. So we're not going to make it awkward and tell you who you match up with on the spot. Okay, so we're going to email you if you match up with someone else on a place that you want to go, and if you want to know who that person is. If you don't want to know, then who cares? But if you want to know, tell us and we'll let you know who it is, and you guys can talk to each other. It's free. It's supposed to be $100. And then that's it. And then, so in the end, just a quick 1 minute, is that, again, I started this firm because I wanted to change a world in which we should all be together as one family. And then, so I try to match people of different colors and different cultures, but again, you have the preference to choose. But in the end, we just want everyone to travel boldly together, and we want everyone to be able to travel with no fear in the end. Because a lot of people are scared of traveling, and a lot of people cannot find someone to go with, and in the end, they don't go to a place they want to go, which is very sad. So we want to change that for you, and thank you for the presentation. Thank you.